anche la presentazione. Buonasera a tutti, scusate il ritardo. Condurrò la masterclass in inglese, siamo in diretta con New York. Se poi avete domande eventualmente vi ripeto. Good evening everyone. My name is Barbara Costantino. I'm a wine educator and I'm working in wine and spirits consultancy between Genoa and Milan. I'm originally an architect, but I changed my career during several years abroad. We say hi to the people from New York. Hi, can you see us? Hi, good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay. So let's begin. We're going to go through I prepared some slide and some projection, if I can see yeah, please. About the masterclass of today. So we're going to go through a journey exploring Italy through the glass. So we're going to see and we're going to taste some incredible native grapes from Italy, from north to south, to discover what's the tradition, what's the authenticity, and through the experience in the glass. So we're going to see some grape varieties, white and black varieties, in different regions. From north to south, we're going to go through Garganega, Falanghina, Albana, and Vermentino from the white grape varieties. And from the red, Nebbiolo, Primitivo, Bovale, and Cerasuolo, which is Nero d'Avola and Frappato. The first wine that we're going to taste, so we're going to start from the north, from Veneto. Gianni Tessari is the producer, quite a well-known producer in the wine field. Got some international awards. He got graduated in agricultural institutes. About the terroir of this area is very special. They have production in different areas, as you can see from the map. We have the Soave Classico. The Soave is a little bit wider. We have the Lessini, and we have the Colli Berici. Today we're going to discover a little bit of the Soave Classico, and we're going to try a cru of this producer. The most important, well, the peculiarity of this area is mainly, of course, the terroir. In terms of soil, so we have a limestone and volcanic soil, which gives to the wine a lot of specialty, minerality, saltiness. Is a great personality wine with great potential in terms of timing. We are talking about two different grape varieties, which are Garganega and Trebbiano di Soave, 85% Garganega and 15% of Trebbiano di Soave. This is the name of the cru. So Cru Tenda, and the vineyard is Scalete. Is a very low yield and a lot of plant per hectare, which gives the possibility to the plant and to the roots to go very deep in the soil and takes all the mineral parts from the soil. The Garganega gives the ripe fruit and the body of the wine. The almond finish, some flowers, the flowery part, let's say, and the Trebbiano gives the acidity and the sapidity to the wine, also given by the soils. is 2022. Was a very hot and dry season, maybe some of you remember. Low rains, so there's a lot of concentration in the fruits, but in the mouth you can feel the texture and the sapidity. It's quite less, let's say, less smoky, but more sapid at the mouth. Another important thing that I'd like to say is about the 33 UGA, which has the same value of the MGA in the Piemonte area, especially in the Langhe, and Barolo and Barbaresco, we can find the MGA in Barolo. The UGA are additional geographical units which define the historical value of this area in terms of soils and climate. So this is something quite important about this wine, because the Cru Tenda is part of these 33 additional geographical units. Any question? I move on. The second wine that we're going to try is La Falanghina. Falanghina is a grape variety coming from the south of Italy. So from Veneto, we go in Campania. Falanghina, especially in this area, in the area of Benevento, so we are in the interior part of Campania, is a little bit colder, the climate over here. So we expect, near Naples, we expect a little bit more warmer climate and an influence from the sea in some parts, while in Benevento, the climate is a little bit different. It's more fresh and continental, which gives to the wine a lot of crispiness and the good acidity. In this area, the Falanghina is vinified in purity. Thank you very much. We are in the Sannio. Sannio is a specific area, is a DOC in this area. And a little bit of, let's say, the producer is a cooperation, quite important, coming from the town of Guardia San Framondi in the province of Benevento, and is one of the best, of the excellent cooperative in the southern Italy. They kind of map through the years, because they just celebrated 60 years of the cooperation. 33 partners, 1,000 members, and they really try to give value to the high quality of their land, their soil, and their terroir. They manage quite a lot of hectares, because we're talking about 1,500 hectares of vineyards, and they export 25% of the products. About Falanghina, Falanghina is a grape variety aromatic. So we are talking about an aromatic grape variety, which means has a lot of perfumes and is very open at the nose. The crispiness is very high because of the kind of temperature range that there is in this area. And another thing of this area is also part of the Sannio area is also volcanic soil. So you can find similar, let's say, similar sapidity to the Soave, but a great aromatic expression of this wine. Is around 3 hectares. La Lavica. La Lavica means volcanic lava, so it's really growing in the volcanic soil. And Falanghina in general prefers warm and dry climate to express itself. I think you can feel the lime zest and the citrus fruit first, a little bit of flowers, and then is only vinified in still to keep the freshness of the fruit. Also from 2022. The finish is also very exotic, so very open in the mouth as well. The acidity stays, so it's very straight, and a little bit of sapidity as well. Any question? I move on. And then the third grape variety. Still, we are in the white grape varieties. We go again up to the north. We are in Emilia-Romagna. But in the southern part of Emilia-Romagna, we are nearby the Faenza, Rimini, a quite warm area. Completely different soil and terroir. So here we have sunny side hills for this kind of grape variety. Clay, silt, and sandstones. So the expression in the glass is going to be completely different, especially because the grape variety we are talking about is the Albana. Albana, producer says that is kind of very difficult to, is a kind of a marble giant with clay feet in the vineyards, because it's very difficult to grow, but then in the glass it's very, very open and gentle. This is the grape variety of Romagna. Romagna is part of the region in the south of Emilia-Romagna, and has a very sharp and elegant nose. It's a little bit closer. I don't know if you see, if you feel that it's a little bit more, less open than the previous one, of course. There's grapefruit and stone fruits. But it's a little bit more creamy than the first two in the mouth. It's a little juicy than the first two. It's a very versatile grape, and you can vinify sweet or dry. This version is a dry version of this grape variety. They are kind of discovering a little bit more because it's very authentic for this region. On to the next, still white. We go in Sardinia. So we are in the north of Sardinia. We're going to see Sardinia in two versions, the white grape variety and the red at the end of the masterclass. The white grape variety of Sardinia is Vermentino, which is developing mostly in the Gallura and towards this side. So we are in the northern part of Sardinia. Also here, expression of terroir is a very, very typical grape variety from Sardinia. We can find Vermentino in Sardinia, Liguria, and Toscana. But here, the expression is a little bit more round because of the sun exposure, and also because of the presence in the soil of limestones and sand. Sand is giving to the wine a lot of perfume, open perfumes. The producer is Cantine Chessa. They have around 20 hectares from 2005. And this is a nice thing about them. They have 30, 40 years, the vine. So they're kind of old. So they produce, they used to use bushes in the instead of other viticultural system, and pruning system, sorry, and low yield. So we are expecting kind of a body Vermentino. This producer is, let's say, they work with Vermentino and Cagnolari, which are white and red grape variety of this area. So we are always talking about native grapes from this area. They call it the prince of the white wine, and is one of the gems of this area. The name is C'era una volta. In this area, we have good temperature range, so we expect a quite high acidity in the wine. They have a lot of biodiversity, so olive trees, and of course the influence of the sea on the glass. We can feel it in terms of saltiness, and Mediterranean herbs. The vinification is a little bit more peculiar, so is in part still and in part tonneau. So at the nose is a little bit more funky, let's say, compared to the other one, but in the mouth is very clean. They use tonneau, so big oak, and malolactic fermentation. So it's giving to the wine creaminess and buttery flavor and some toasty notes in the mouth. Still salty and a little bit of spicy because of the tonneau influence, of course. This is a kind of style which is a little bit more peculiar because Vermentino usually is very fresh and round already itself, especially in this area. Is the aging. It's the aging in tonneau. There's a saltiness, and the acidity stays because of the grape variety and the temperature range, of course. It's quite long, the persistence in the mouth. Any question? Everything fine from New York? New York is okay? Still there? We go to the red. We should have the producer, I don't know if the producer is in from the back. Is the producer maybe connected? No. Poderi Moretti. Yeah? Okay. Hi, Alessandra. Cosa devo fare? Puoi mica accendere il video per noi? Così ti vediamo e ti conosciamo. Buonasera, buonasera. Hi everyone.
Perfetto, buonasera a tutti. Riuscite a sentirmi?
Sì, forte e chiaro.
Perfetto. Io che sono entrati nell'app rispetto al video, produce sempre dei errori.
Se riesci a parlare piano e non muoverti molto, così almeno ti vediamo e ti sentiamo bene. E poi ti farò ti introduco e poi in inglese perché siamo in diretta da New York. So we are in the Nebbiolo region, the wine of the king of the wine, they used to say. She's Alessandra from Poderi Moretti, and she's going to talk about the Nebbiolo that we're going to taste now. Please. I give you the words.
Okay. Yes. I would like to introduce our Nebbiolo d'Alba 2020. The wine is produced from the area of Langhe and Roero, so we mix together 5 different vineyards in both the area. So to give the wine a bit more structured from the vineyards of Langhe and a bit more perfume and complexly fruity at the nose from the area of Roero. You know, the main differences are that in the Roero area the soil is a bit more sandy, and in the area of Langhe the soil is a bit more rich in clay. So we have the perfect mix with these different kind of vineyards. This is a really traditional Nebbiolo, so you can feel the real taste of Nebbiolo in our area. It's a tannin wine, so it needs more years to become well balanced and structured. This is the light version of our Nebbiolo, so it's the fruity one, a bit more easy drinking one, and it's the real traditional young Nebbiolo version. So you can taste at the more at the nose. You can feel more at the nose note of red fruits and like cherry also. And in the taste, you feel note of berries, some balsamic note also, and the tannin that it dry the mouth. So this is the main characteristic of Nebbiolo. That's a powerful wine. So perfect for pairing many types of dishes with red meat or fat dishes. So it's really an important wine for the area.
Yeah. One of the things that she was explaining to me this morning when we had a quick chat about it, ho sbagliato? Sì, scusate. I'm sorry. Is about their, let's say, they are based in Roero. So we are in Piemonte, we are in the north of Italy, again back to the north, and but we are in the southern parts of Piemonte. So on one side we have Langhe, and on the other side we have Roero. They have vineyards in both sides. And what is peculiar of this Nebbiolo, which is the king of, let's say, the king of the red wines, which is one of the main grapes, especially in Langhe, for the production of Barolo, Barbaresco, and Langhe Nebbiolo, which is the most famous. They blend different vineyards from Roero and from the Langhe part. So combining these two terroirs, which are slightly different because of the soil change, there's a lot of perfumes and a lot of structure. And then the balsamic part is coming more from the aging, so 12 months in oak and 6 months in still. So there is the fruits that it still stays, is very crisp, and then the spiciness and the structure also given by the long aging. Is that correct? It's not there anymore. Okay, she left. Well, anyway, we move on. Any question about the Nebbiolo? It's a very famous and, well, it's a very quite traditional Nebbiolo. It's very soft, balanced. There's a very good structure in tannins, but they're very velvety at the mouth. The next one. We go to south of Italy again, so we are in Puglia. in the northern part of Puglia, which is usually, when we talk about Primitivo, we talk about southern parts of Puglia, so we usually know Primitivo from Manduria. This Primitivo comes from the northern parts, so it's changing a little bit the terroir and especially the climate. The soil is always clay, because it's something that Primitivo wants, the red and clay soil from Puglia. But there is a special thing in this area, that is the Gargano promontory. So the influence from the Gargano, kind of protect a little bit the cold wind coming from the Balkans. And so the grapevine can grow and mature in a balanced way. Usually Primitivo also represent a region, has kind of low tannins compared to Nebbiolo that of course has a very high tannins. Primitivo has a low tannins, very good acidity, and very deep color, purple. This Primitivo Otre has a vinification first in still and then is aging 6 months in French oak. And you can smell at the mouth the different kind of woods used with this grape variety. It's a little bit softer than the previous one, and the oak is gentle, but you can feel it at the nose and a little bit in the mouth. In the mouth is more ripe, black fruits, and more jammy flavors. But the tannins are very soft. The acidity is still very high. It's quite, yeah. Do you have any? Yeah, it's very floral, yeah. Le botti, sì, assolutamente. Una bella spinta, una spinta floreale, assolutamente. No. Of course, yeah. Of course, the French oak is quite, you can smell it and you can feel it in the mouth, definitely, yes. So the roses notes, a little bit of vanilla. Got some prizes, this wine. Was the best Italian wine in 2023 from Gambero Rosso and Guida Berebene. Non va più avanti? Si è bloccato? Vabbè, lo stesso. The next one is, so we go in Sardinia. Eccoli qua. We go back to Sardinia. As I mentioned already before, we go to Sardinia, but in the southern part, so we are near Cagliari, where the Bovale Rosso is one of the main grape variety. Let's say wines from Sardinia has a scent of the sea. Just a couple of things. It's a very big producer in terms of olives, almond, and trees, but the vineyards are around 3.5 hectares. And their production is mainly about native grapes. Something about Bovale Rosso is very typical from this area. Has a very natural spice in the mouth and at the nose, even if they don't do any wood. because their aging is on the lees. So it's very round, but very clean. A little bit less rustic, because it's quite rustic as a grape variety. It's very native from this area. Also here we have clay soil, so we can feel the body of the wine. At the nose has, of course, the color is very deep. At the nose is red berries, licorice, and there's a little bit of the Mediterranean, the spiciness of the wine itself. But in the mouth, it's very fresh and clean. Has a good texture, a nice tannins, straight but not very deep. The last one. The last one is we go to Sicily. So we're going to close the masterclass with the Sicilian wine. Also here we can find a little bit of limestone and sand, so a lot of parmiums and a lot of elegance in the wines. Of course, here, temperature range, we have the influence of the sea, a lot of hours of sun, so the grapes are really exploding in color, alcohol, sugar. About the winery, about the producer, they are really trying to use mainly biological process. So they are really sustainable. They use sustainable models to express the terroir in the glass. They try to respect a lot the diversity of the grapes. Cirasuolo di Vittoria is 50% Nero d'Avola and 50% Frappato in this case. Is the unique DOCG in the region. And it's a blend. So while the Nero d'Avola is giving the structure and the tannins to the wine, the Frappato is giving the aromatic parts, the cherry color, because it's low in tannins and has a little bit lighter body. And usually is always the blending partner of Nero d'Avola. It's very full and warm, both at the nose and the palate. Also here we can find spicy, but they're not very sweet spicy, but they're more dry spice, licorice, and a little bit of chocolate notes. But still the acidity is very fresh. So the fruit stays very fresh. Sì, ho visto adesso. Chiedo scusa, I'm sorry. There is a mistake in the Nero d'Avola. I made a mistake, I'm sorry. But still the acidity is very fresh, is very complete, very well balanced. It's cleaning the mouth still. Is there any question about the journey from north to south and south to north? In orario, on time. I made it. There anyone, a question from New York? Everyone from New York, everything was fine? Yeah? The Italian journey, was everything all right? Yeah? Good. Thank you very much for listening. Any other question? Oddio. C'è una domanda? Sì, forse c'è una domanda. Aiuto. Io non sento niente. Probabilmente. Ci sarà qualcuno probabilmente. No, tutto a posto? Ok. Avete domande? Volete chiedere qualcosa sulle referenze che abbiamo fatto? Sono stata chiara, spero. Davvero ingegnere, mi dicono. Grazie, grazie per la partecipazione. Swirling Wine. My name is Swirling Wine. Sì, mi chiamo Barbara Costantino, vi dicevo faccio wine consultancy, mi occupo di wine education and wine consultancy e lavoro nel vino ormai da un po' di anni. Ho lavorato all'estero per tanti anni, ho fatto 11 anni in Olanda e poi mi sono trasferita in Italia lavorando sulle Italian grape varieties. Sì. La Sicilia mi ha fatto innamorare, devo dire. La Sicilia mi ha fatto abbastanza innamorare. La zona dell'Etna mi ha impressionato perché in Olanda era poco conosciuta ancora, quando lavoravo su, e devo dire che avevo un fornitore che era molto aggiornato. Quindi devo dire la cosa più difficile all'estero è stata far capire i vini come l'Italian style, quindi quei nebbioli dritti, quei vini magri, eleganti, cosa che invece all'estero piacciono più morbidi, devo dire. Infatti l'Amarone era molto amato da quelle parti. Devo dire sì. Mi piace vincere facile, probabilmente. Sì. Grazie. Grazie. Buona serata. Seguitemi.